Okay, hello everyone. Hello, Brian.
What's up, Claude?
It's time for Beer with Claude. I am back in Colorado.
How are you?
I can't hear you. Let me hear. How's that? Can you hear me?
I could hear you the whole time.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, let me turn off this background here. Oh, you know what it's like a day of traveling, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. Yeah, it's kind of, if you fly first class, and it helps out a lot.
I do fly first class.
Yeah.
I even have my own jet. It's called Southwest Airlines.
Oh yeah, I used to love Southwest. I love the free cancel, and I'm just a bigger guy, and I enjoy the first class experience, and I enjoy the lounges and that kind of stuff. I kind of make an experience of it.
I fly United a lot, and I fly first class. I have enough points and things like that, and I like the quiet in first class. I get a lot of work done in first class.
True, except these fuckers, they try to bring, it's becoming more and more common to bring babies into first class. And I'm like, this is just something you just don't do. This is like an unwritten rule. Like, don't bring, unless they're quiet. I don't care, but they're usually not. So
They're usually not.
Yeah.
And flying, after 9/11, flying it didn't improve. Okay.
Yeah.
And airports still require masks now, and everything. I got to take a security. I walked right in. My flight was on time.
Oh, cool.
They gave me the number one seat.
Because
I fly Southwest a lot, and they gave my wife and I, one and two.
Oh, cool.
I love boarding early, only because I want the seat up front.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand waiting to get off the plane. I want to get on it fast. I want to get set up.
Yeah.
So I can go to work or take my nap. I do a lot of work on planes.
I do too. Yeah.
And
I can't sleep.
Today was an interesting day of travel. I flew from Raleigh, Durham. I had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning. And I had a 6:30 limo pick us up.
Cool.
And a lot of interesting, you can learn so much about people while you're traveling. So much.
Good people watching.
And I'm going to I have a little theme here I wanted to talk to you about. By the way, can I buy you a drink? I'm in Colorado. So I ran to the Safeway and got myself a Coors.
Colorado's finest.
Coors are you a beer man?
I'm not, no.
Okay. Are you it's a long trip. So are you a Crown Royal man?
I do like Crown Royal, yeah.
Okay, well, to your health here. This
Crown
is
Coke.
backup. I'm an old beer and shot guy. I like, give me a beer, give me a shot. But this is long day of travel. To your health, sir, and everybody else.
You too. What was I gonna say?
Yeah. This is the interesting thing. So the limo driver, I use one company, but they always have different drivers. And guy was real nice, took the bags from my wife and everything. I like those little things. Hold the door open for the lady. Me, I can carry my own luggage. I can open, but I like when a guy does that for a lady. And in the South, they still have really good manners.
Yeah.
I said, Mr. and Mrs. Diamond, about 2 months ago, I had a young woman I picked up from this house. Her name was Diamond too. I said, oh, that was my daughter. Oh, I love your daughter. She was so much fun to talk to and everything. What do you think happened to his tip?
Big tip. I was just going to say.
I tip. I'm a generous tipper. I always give a good tip, and the limo is about $300 or something. It's an hour and a half drive, but it's just so nice. They pick you up, they take you right to the thing, no screwing around. Yeah. And I always give a good tip. And you know what? I gave him an extra $20.
Yeah.
He was so sweet. He was so nice. This guy, ex-military guy, loved the guy.
Yeah.
And right away, when I like somebody, the one thing I always say is, because I talk about sales and persuasion, I'm getting to a point here. And my whole day was filled. Do you ever have a day with a theme, a repeating theme, with a kind of the same deja vu? It's like Groundhog's Day. You know that movie?
Yeah.
it was like the same thing was happening all day long.
Yeah.
And I don't know, was it my attitude or what was it? I just kept meeting nice people.
It's getting
Okay.
a groove. Yeah, I think some of it's you get in a groove, you know.
Maybe that's it. I don't know what it is, but
I'm pretty antisocial. Like
you,
when I'm,
you're
when,
Mr.
yeah,
You,
yeah.
I don't believe it.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Like, you know, if I like, let's say I get on a bus. It's a stupid example. Let's say I get on a bus. I will look for the seat the furthest away from any human being on planet Earth. But yeah, like when I find myself having conversations, I find myself having good conversations. But it's still like it's that thing like, oh, you know, it could be a shitty conversation that you're stuck in the middle of and you can't get out of. And you know, I think of the worst case, you know.
Oh, have you ever been? Oh, this is airline stories tonight. I have a theme though tonight. It's called the power of thank you. But you just brought up a memory. Did you ever get on a plane with somebody and you said hello and that was the last word you heard for 2 hours?
Yeah, sure.
They just were yakking, telling you their life story. It's like, I had one guy, I said, I got to take a nap, sir, and everything. I put my headphones in. You figured that's a clue. He's still talking to me.
Yeah. Been there. Yeah, that's why I have those noise canceling Bose things, because I don't want to hear babies crying. You know, it's
the best thing that was ever invented.
Well, I have those too.
Sound canceling. I mean, the Bose are great. I'd buy a Bose, but I don't want to. I like to travel light.
Well, no, they have the Bose earbuds.
Oh, Bose. Oh, I thought you meant the big.
No. I don't like those either.
The big Princess Leia things. You know,
the Bose are better than those though. I have both. They're somewhere around here, but I get the wired ones because honestly, the Bose Bluetooth, at least the last ones I got, they give me headaches. Like I think I'm sensitive to the Bluetooth, but the AirPods don't give me headaches. But I would say the noise canceling is better on the Bose.
For anybody watching this, anybody flying, if you don't invest in some kind of sound canceling device, this thing was great. I mean, what you can, the whoosh of the airplane is, it makes you tired.
Yeah.
And then if you got a kid screaming or something, you put these little puppies in, you put them in the right way, you hit the button, and it cancels out about 85% of the noise.
I'll tell you, I was traveling. I think I was in Germany, and I was on a bus for whatever. Say that again.
Deutschland.
Oh yeah. And I was on a bus, and for some stupid reason, and I had left my Bose earbuds. I had tried on a piece of clothing in the train station because they had stores and stuff, and I left them on top of the thing. And the second the bus pulled away, I realized it. And I was like, oh, fuck it. So it was like a 2-hour bus ride, but it was like the worst 2 hours that whatever I stopped next, I immediately went and bought another pair.
Yes.
Like, I can't do this.
Yes, here, take my cards, please.
Yeah, I cannot do this.
The minute that happens,
I
would just go by. I knock on wood, I've never lost these.
Yeah.
My daughter works for Apple, and she always gets me the latest whiz bang stuff.
Yeah.
Between my Apple Watch and my earbuds, these are necessities for any business person who travels. A necessity.
Yeah.
And I can make phone calls off this now with the, without the cell phone.
Oh, I didn't get that model because I hate phone calls anyways.
It's an extra $10 a month. You know what it's worth to me to get a money phone call?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, I love this limo driver. He was just a great guy. I had to give him a monster tip because I'm going back there in 2 weeks and I'm going to ask for him again and everything.
Yeah.
And when your business is doing good, you like to share it with people or make their day nice and everything. So then, oh gosh, what was it? This is kind of interesting. Flight attendant. We're in the front. Flight attendant's got this. She needs to get this bag out, this huge bag out for a handicapped, a challenged person in the front. And this bag is like, I don't know if it has oxygen bottles in it. This thing weighs 100 pounds. And she couldn't get it. And I helped her get it out.
Did you get your tickets to the gun show?
Oh my gosh. She was struggling and struggling. Like, she needed like a crowbar to get this out and everything. so I helped her get it out and then get it back in. I'm like, good deed of the day, everything like that. And she said, I can't serve drinks. We're not allowed to serve drinks right now. But if this was normal times again, you'd have unlimited drinks.
Yeah, they're cool about that. Yeah, if you switch seats or something, and they'll keep feeding you drinks for the rest of
the my thing is, I don't usually like to drink at 9:40 in the morning.
Yeah. I've always wanted that. I usually fly first class but I almost never take advantage of the drinks because I never end up with a fun seatmate and I don't want to drink alone. But I've always wanted that like trip where you guys like super get along and you just get smashed and have a great time.
I'm older than you. There was a wonderful plane. I think it was called the LT 1011. It was a wide body plane. This is 25 years ago or something. And this plane had a bulkhead in the front and it had an actual bar in the front of the plane.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went through first class. They had a first class and then they had the section where it was just a bar and you could stand up there for hours and drinking and meeting people and exchanging business. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And those days are gone, man. And if you look it up, I think it was an LT 1011. It did, and I've never seen that. That flying was fun in those days, man.
The Emirates, I think, has one of those planes where they have like a bar like that. So there's still, it's very scarce, but there's still some that are out there.
It's really fun to meet people when you travel and everything.
Yeah, I find that the quality of people in first class isn't probably what it used to be. So it's tough to do biz, but what are you gonna do?
The airport, as long as we're talking about traveling, the airport has become the modern Walmart of dress code.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's a very profound. Some people dress in Walmart.
Yeah.
Really bad.
But here, my friend brought this to my attention. So watch in the gate.
People are going right now. He's fat shaming. He's judgmental.
No, whatever. But no, look in the gate as you're waiting to board and look at all the nicest dressed people, like the full suits. They always go back to Coach. Always. It's been my friend brought it up to me and I've watched it every time. And I'm like, every time it's true. The best dressed people always walk to the back of Coach.
I always dressed, when I was a little kid and my parents took me to Europe a couple times and stuff. In the old days, you wore a suit when you flew.
True. Yeah.
You also got a steak dinner with real silverware.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, flying was really neat in the good old days. It really was. It's not like today, the cattle cars today at all.
Yeah. Well, there's a meme that floats around that, is from like the 70s or whatever, where they're like serving lavish food on the plane. And the two people turn to each other and like, oh, I wonder what air travel is going to be like in 40 years. It's like, it's horrible now. So
it is horrible. I like to fly first class whenever I can. I like non-stops. Nope. I want a non-stop.
I always used to be that way. And then I got into the airport lounges and I'm like, I kind of don't mind stops anymore. I'm like, I've taken showers in airports, which I thought was super weird, but it's actually super. Yeah, you go into the first class lounge and you're on an international, connection, or even before you're about to take a 10-hour flight or whatever, and you take a shower. It feels amazing.
The food is really the American Club. The food is really good in American. United is okay.
You got to get the MX if you don't already have it, and then try out the Centurion lounges. They only have them in certain parts, but they have them in Miami, Vegas. But those are great. Like if you like Americans lounges, you'll love Amex lounges. So,
I get off the Mike. Here's the thing. I left Colorado for Raleigh Durham. North Carolina in June, early June. And I knew I was going to be, and then I had to fly to New York City and New Jersey. I had deals, I had business and everything. And we've got a family home in North Carolina. Pinehurst, the only place where it can cost you $625 to play a round of golf.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
You can spend $1,000 in one day.
Wow.
Between tipping your caddy and drinks and lunch and drinks and lost golf balls, it can cost you $1,000 when you're done.
Yeah, golf is not a cheap sport in general.
No, it's not, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I left on. I expected to be 2 weeks away at the most. My wife's mom lives out there, so I knew we were going to visit her and everything like that. And so I prepaid parking, overhead valet parking at the airport. That was June 10th, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I just got back today.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Guessing
know
how much the bill is?
You know what the parking bill was?
Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna guess $900.
You're very good. It was over 1,000.
Okay.
Now, this is the power of thank you. This is my theme today. I'm going to do a couple videos tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I go into the office instead of just checking out. I go in the office. And I go to the lady who's there and I say, you know what, can you help me? I said, I was supposed to be gone 2 weeks. I paid for 2 weeks. I've been gone over 3 months.
Yeah.
I said, is there any discount or anything? She said, let me see if I can help you. I said, oh, it's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. She said, I think I can get, she said, I can get you a monthly disc. She said, to make a long story short, she saved me about $300.
Oh, cool.
And I gave her $20.
Yeah.
I said, you saved me all that money. I'm giving you another 20. So instead of $900, $1,000, it was 632. I threw her a 20. Hardworking woman, $15 an hour. She got an extra 20 from me. I mean, you know. So then, when we left the airport, we had to take a shuttle to the parking garage. I couldn't get parking at the airport. It was filled. Can you imagine that? Yeah. I love parking at the airport. I'm glad I didn't. It would have been $3,000 if I parked at the airport. Okay. Yeah. And the shuttle driver who takes, 10 minutes away to your parked car, he's a gentleman from Ethiopia. He says, I've taken you guys before. I know you guys and everything like that. And he said, the guy was amazing. He remembered us from 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And usually I give, $1 or $2 for every piece of luggage and everything. I had to give him $10. He was great. He remembered me. What is the price of, he remembered us? How do you remember somebody?
Yeah.
The power of thank you.
True. I always admire people that can remember your name, for long periods, or they just had a short interaction with you and they remember your name. I can't store all that stuff in my head, but yeah, this personal touch goes a long way.
Personal touch. And, when we're in business and you're doing business with somebody and they like you, they trust you, you say the right words at the right time. What happens to your, even if you're more expensive, maybe not the best, what happens to your competition when the prospect falls in love with you?
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
They're gone, man. They're dead. If you can find a way to hypnotize people to say the right words, the right stories at the right time. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do business. Maybe this is me. I like to do business with people I like and trust. If I trust you, it's blank check time.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll refer a lot of business. I got a financial advisor guy. He's a great guy. Always stays in touch with me. We made 28% the last quarter on our portfolio. I mean, the guy is great, and I'm an uber conservative guy.
Yeah,
I don't want risk. To me, I don't mind if a dollar stays a dollar or turns into 95 cents. I just want that dollar still there.
To be there. Yeah.
Okay. People who invested in Enron, tell me you don't envy me. Okay.
Yeah. True.
And I think it's so important that people, I know we talk about rapport and bonding, but if you can get people to respect you, like you, trust you, these are the keys to just decimating your competition that might spend more money, have bigger advertising campaigns. I think the way we speak to people is more important than anything else.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I just see that just from traveling today. Traveling sucks and you're tired and there's hassles and there's aggravation and everything like that. And if you meet a few people who are really nice to you,
Yeah,
and they're smart because maybe they work on tips and stuff like that.
sure.
You know what I always say, I'm the easiest guy to sell,
Yeah.
but I always manage to get the worst waiter or waitress. I always get the worst ones. I feel like hey, I'm sending up flares here. Can I have it?
Well, most of them are bad. Like in your defense, most are bad. But do you have?
I was a bartender at one time. Okay. I think I've got all these degrees back there. I have a lawyer degree, a doctorate in law, I have business degrees and everything. I think the only degree that really matters is my bartending degree. Because I learned how to speak to people.
Yeah.
Okay. When a lady took out a cigarette, man, I ran over there with my little Bic click lighter and everything. Man, that double, triple tips.
Sure.
People like when you treat them nicely.
Well, I think there's just that sense of entitlement is just throughout our culture, but it's people like, and I do it too. People just throw down $1 with every drink they get. And it's just kind of the bartenders expect it. The people feel cheap if they don't, and it's like we probably should get back to like just tipping for great service.
You're right.
Instead of just shitty service.
Yes,
so, but
I remember, and I like to tip people because I worked for tips. And I remember we were at a restaurant at a party or something. I had to go to the bar. My wife wanted a Diet Coke or something like that. And I gave the guy a $20 bill. And he said, you don't want change from this, do you, sir? I said, what do I look? What does it say? Stupid on my forehead?
Yeah.
and normally I'd give the guy $2 anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't give him a cent. I was pissed off.
Yeah, no, that pisses me off.
I didn't give him a cent because I think sometimes we shouldn't tip people.
Yeah. My grandma she was a waitress most of her life. And, so she kind of went through the whole, like the downfall of, back when waitresses like served people.
Yeah.
But so she was brutal in restaurants. She was this cranky old lady. And she would, if a waitress walked past her table, even if it wasn't her waitress, and her coffee cup was empty, she'd start banging it on the table.
You don't get coffee in restaurants anymore unless you ask.
That's true, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well, we'll have to make a pot for you and everything. I like coffee after a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore. You have to ask. Oh, well, we have to make a pot and fresh pot. Do you mind waiting?
Get on it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Your tip just went from 20% to shit.
But I'm sure this, like you go to other countries, people bitch about our tipping culture, but you go to other countries and it's so much worse, the service. Like the service in America is great.
It's not so much the tipping in other countries. It's you do business in other countries that you got to do a lot of under the table, if you know what I mean, gratuity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was just talking about like the service in restaurants and stuff. It's horrible.
Did you ever go to France?
Yeah. Well, they don't like Americans to begin with.
No.
So, but I hated Paris. Like everybody loves Paris. I love the south of France.
You were in the country.
Say that again?
You were in the countryside.
Yeah, like Nice and where else down there? Well, Monaco. That was not part of France, but yeah, I think that's the hidden secret of France. But
I love France. I love Paris. I love the art museums and everything.
Yeah,
all that. But it's just another big dirty city.
Yeah, and it is very dirty. Yeah, that is true.
I was surprised. I had a good time in Paris. Whenever I take a trip, I try to learn the language as much. The basics, please, thank you. I'm beer bitter. When donde está el cuarto de baño? Where's the bathroom?
Yeah, it's tough. Like I thought I was gonna love Europe. like Western Europe, like most people. I wasn't a big fan. I did like Spain a lot, and
Spain is
I
phenomenal.
love Portugal. But
Oh,
yeah, I just
Portugal, best food ever, Portugal, right?
it's pretty. Have you been to Peru? I think Peru has the best food. Amazing. It's amazing food. But yeah, Portugal is pretty good too.
You're very well traveled. You've really gone
50
around the
some,
world.
yeah, 50 something countries. I love to travel.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love to travel. To me, the whole thing about being an entrepreneur is I don't have to ask someone for permission to take a day off. I don't.
Yeah.
I can take a nap at 3:30 on the
Yeah.
food pound is calling me. I can
Yeah.
do whatever I want. If I want to take a week or 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I can run my business from anywhere.
Yeah. It's the freedom.
This
You know,
this little device lets me. I can work anywhere.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
true.
And then I take its little big brother with me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've got entertainment, communication, email,
Yeah.
Zoom. I can do all that. It's harder on these small devices. I mean, I do like my laptop.
Yeah.
I'm a I'm a light warrior when it comes to traveling.
Me too. Yeah.
I have a small suitcase, one of those real small. It can fit under the seat if I wanted to. I usually don't have a problem because, I take a small suitcase. I figure there's a Walmart everywhere.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
We were talking about the airport, about
Yeah.
people are dressing really strange in airports right now, man.
Oh, really?
Well, let me see. I'm going to have to be.
I haven't been in a while. I haven't.
It's like when you see a 400-pound, that's why I said the Walmart. Okay. You see a
Yeah.
400-pound guy with a
Yeah.
shirt, a half shirt, and his belly's out.
Oh yeah. It's like just get a little bit, go to the big and tall section. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And there's a SpongeBob tattoo by his navel.
Oh god.
It's like, oh man, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see
You
this.
see couples fighting in the middle of it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I've been thinking about moving down to the Dominican Republic, so I think I'll be traveling soon. But I have a dog now, and they just make it such a nightmare to travel. I would never have gotten a dog. Like, he's great, but I would have never gotten a dog if I would have known, like, the beginning of this year, they really cracked down on everything. They don't allow the emotional support dogs anymore. And they
Really?
require all these, yeah, if I go to certain countries, I can't even bring my dog back into the United States. The CDC said, all these list of countries, like 100 countries, you can't, bring your pet back from. It's gotten crazy. So
Now, the Dominican Republic, didn't they just have a 7.7 earthquake there?
they did.
They just
Well,
had
I think it's more on the Haiti side. Yeah, but not where I was. I
Haiti
mean,
always gets the worst of it. I mean,
I know they just can't recover. So
does God hate Haiti or what is it?
yeah, it's got some bad karma there, I guess. So, but yeah, what are you gonna
Haiti can't catch a break, man.
Yeah, true that. True that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start traveling soon. Not looking forward to it. So
I love to travel, but I want to travel without hassles.
yeah. Well, do you have global entry?
Tell me about that.
Well, so it's for international travel, but the benefit is you also get TSA pre-check with it.
Oh,
Um,
I don't travel enough internationally.
do you do TSA pre-check though?
I didn't because I didn't travel for the last year. Now
Oh, okay.
I'm traveling
Okay.
every 2 weeks. I'm on an airplane right now.
Well, definitely get it because that made travel enjoyable for me again because I hated all the TSA bullshit. I hated I would always refuse the body scanner and then they'd pat you down and sometimes you get an asshole and I'd fight with them. Like I don't take any shit, Claude, but this TSA pre-check, you go through the metal detector, so you don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take off you don't have to take out your liquids. You don't have to, it makes it very easy.
The computer and all that jazz.
Yeah, I think you still might take it, but I have one of those backpacks where you undo a zipper and it folds open and the laptop is the only thing on one side. So I don't have to take it out, but I think you might still have to take out your laptop. I'm not sure, but it makes it a lot easier.
I'm going to do, today I just walked right through security. I was surprised. Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
This morning, We were at the airport. We had a 9:10 boarding. We were at the airport at I don't know, 8 o'clock or something. Perfect.
Yeah.
And walked right through security.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, where was I? Oh, Newark Airport. What a zoo.
Worst. The worst.
Security air. I mean, it was a cattle car like I've never seen before.
Yeah. Yeah. There's few airports worse.
I mean, it took me an hour plus to get through security.
Yeah.
I mean, it went just those little things around and around forever. Oh, you're right. You know what? You just sold me.
Oh yeah, in the TSA pre-check, the lines. I mean, most of the time there's not more than like 8 people in front of me. I mean, I've been in airports. Oh well, the global entry. I was coming back into the country. This line was. I mean, I couldn't even see the signs for the line, and this line to go through customs and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It was, and I didn't even know. And I just decided to keep walking along these people. I'm like, the global entry line has to be up there somewhere. I mean, this line was 3 hours long. I mean, I'm not even joking. And I walked right up to global entry. I was through customs in like 3 minutes. So,
What's that worth? I forget the movie. I think it's Wall Street One. Gordon Gekko goes, "What's the value of never having to be hassled in your life?"
it's priceless. And I used to be a cheap as they come, Claude. But I will pay to be treated better. But yeah, you get that Amex Platinum card, and it's like $600 a year, but you get all these travel benefits, and one of the benefits is they'll pay for your global entry. So it's $100. They pay for that. So yeah, it's kind of free-ish in a way, but yeah.
It's the question is, do you use it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, probably not the past 6 months, but
the last 14, 15 months, I didn't travel.
Yeah, it's been weird.
Nobody did, right?
Yeah, totally.
We're all coming back out again.
Yeah, it's been a weird time. So
it's a really weird time. It's amazing. You go back to the airport, everybody's masked. It's law.
I know.
And on the airplane, you're everybody's masked. I mean, It's like.
Well, I got this thing on Amazon, and it's basically like a tent for your mask. So it takes the mask off of your face and creates this because the worst thing about a mask is like breathing into the mask.
You can't breathe.
But yeah, it makes it a lot better.
What is it called? What is it called?
Let me see if I can find it here. It's actually kind of a weird name.
One of the flight attendants today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coolest mask on. People are getting custom designer masks.
Yeah.
She had a Gucci mask.
Oh yeah.
It said Gucci on it. I said, "Oh my God."
That is tough. I will I'll put the link here I highly recommend these.
Oh yeah.
There's that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, get yourself some of those. They're amazing.
I'm going to click on that right now.
But I hardly wear a mask. I'm in Tennessee and nobody wears masks here. So
it's really funny. In North Carolina, a lot of masks in the supermarket and stuff. Airport, everybody's in mask. Denver, and I'm in a little ski town here in Colorado. We went right away. Got to go to the supermarket, get milk and stuff like that. And nobody was really very few people were wearing masks, and maybe that's just the Western mountain town mentality. We're all.
I think it's like it's big cities. Like I'm 25 minutes from the North Carolina border, and I crossed the border, and they have a sign at the border. North Carolina put a sign saying masks are required indoors. So it's just the intensity level. Just crossing a state border is crazy.
I was very surprised. I love North Carolina. North Carolina is getting very
blue.
Yeah. What is going on?
It's the triangle.
This is the North Carolina. First in flight, first state to leave the union. The North Carolina, I believe, was the first state to leave the union.
Was it really? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah. Well, it's very interesting. I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I love North Carolina. I love the beauty of it, but I wouldn't live there because of the politics. and it's Asheville, and it's the triangle up there with all
Yeah,
the.
Raleigh, Durham, and all that.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
it's really
I love North Carolina. I mean, they're really.
I love a lot about it. I really do. I really it's one of the most beautiful states.
Oh yeah, but it's changing.
It is, yeah.
Things are changing. Hey, listen, I'm in Colorado right now. This is a Western state. Okay, everybody's got a pickup truck, a gun rack in their truck, and a couple of in the back. Okay,
Yeah.
and this state is changing. And this state is changing.
Oh yeah.
It's getting Californicated
It is
a little bit. I love California. I live in the Soviet Socialist Republic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I love California. I have good friends there. I love the weather there. I love that you can play golf and go skiing and surfing all in one day.
Yeah.
I love you can go to any little taco shop and have the best taco of your life. And
I always say, San Diego is my favorite city in the States, but I could never live there. I mean, I can't, the California.
Don't turn on the news. That's all, Brian, as long as you don't turn on the news.
But it's also the California mentality. Like you talk to wow,
don't talk to people about politics.
No, but it's not even that. It's like, you're trying to get some business done and they're like, wow, dude, like if I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, wow. Like you still kind of get, it's a different world. So.
I got to tell you, I've had neighbors. San Diego's a military town.
Yeah, true.
Okay. And you can meet Top Gun pilots and Marines and what do they call the guys at Coronado? SEALs.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the best of the best. These are good people.
Yeah.
Really good people. And they live there too. I mean,
yeah.
California, San Diego is not San Francisco.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, I agree.
It is amazing how it's a huge state. It should really be 3 states.
Yeah.
It really should. Culturally, California is much. San Francisco is we're not going to go there. Berkeley, yeah. We're not going to go there. Okay. And then there's Los Angeles, La La Land.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's San Diego. San Diego's a little more conservative down there. San Diego doesn't have the problem. Interesting. San Diego does not have the street people problems and the crime that the other LA and San Francisco have.
True, but I'll tell you a story. I was walking in East Village in San Diego there, and
a gaslight area.
Yeah, just right next door. Yeah, there was a homeless person walking in front of me. She was probably about 10 feet in front of me, and she just pulled over, popped down her pants, and just started peeing.
Yeah, there's a tremendous problem.
I know the post office over in San Diego is just overrun with, it's crazy.
Oh, the beach areas, which have some of the most expensive properties, are inundated.
Yeah,
with vagrants.
My aunt lives in Santa Monica in LA, and yeah, same thing there. It's like they treat the homeless better than they. I mean, I understand. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but. The homeless have more rights than the people that pay taxes.
I think there's got to be a balance.
Sure.
Where if you let an area, what are they talking about now? Venice in by LA.
Yeah.
It's horrible now. It's overrun, and this is very expensive real estate. Yeah. And eventually, people are going to say, I don't want to live in an area where a mom can't push her baby carriage down the street, where there's needles and it's dirty and stuff. I've had a lot of friends move to different states like Montana, Idaho, Colorado. Colorado. We have no inventory here.
Yeah,
I'm in a little mountain town. The developers are coming here and they're building as fast as they can because they can sell it before the last nail is in.
Yeah, true.
I think a lot of America is moving to different areas now because we don't have to live in the cities anymore. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen to all our big cities, our Chicago's and Los Angeles? Why would you spend $1 million on a 1-bedroom condo in Los Angeles when you could live in a Coeur d'Alene or or a beautiful or a nice place in Colorado or Montana,
Well,
or
I don't think we're meant to live this on top of each other, and have no nature. I just don't think that's good for the human spirit.
I came back today, and the first thing I did, we came back home. I set up the Wi-Fi and all the other little things, turned on the water and all that stuff. When you close up a house, you
Yeah.
close it up. And the first thing I did, I took a run out in the woods, and it was
Yeah.
like rejuvenating me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I just went out there. I said, honey, I'm going out for a short run. I came back an hour and 20 minutes later.
One of the most interesting things I find about, because I've lived in downtown Chicago, like, 3 blocks from Trump Tower.
Really?
Yeah. And it has its benefits. It really does. I either like to live in the middle of absolute nowhere or live right in the thick of it. Like, I don't get the suburban lifestyle. I just don't. I just think it's none of the good stuff.
You're an all or nothing guy. You're a country.
Yeah, I want to be, yeah. And the interesting thing about living in the city is that you don't know your neighbors. Like, as much as everybody in these big cities talk about community and caring about other people, you don't even know the person you share a wall with.
Right. In New York City, you really don't communicate much with your neighbors.
No.
You don't go on a subway and talk to a stranger on the subway.
No.
I do.
For themselves. Everyone keeps themselves. But you go live in the middle of nowhere, on 50 acres, and all the neighbors on your street.
Why?
They know you.
That's really, I have a theory. I'm in a small town, a Colorado town.
Yeah.
And I know all my neighbors. They know me. My neighbors, I can call them up. We had to leave here, and I didn't know we were going to be gone 3 months. Mm-hmm. And my neighbors, I said, hey, I'll give you the code to the house. Could you go in and water the plants there? My wife loves all these plants and trees in the house, and
yeah,
you need to be watered every 2 weeks. And you let them into your house, and you trust them implicitly,
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's nice.
It is, yeah.
I would do the same for them, and they know I wouldn't touch anything or maybe go in the bar a little, or
yeah. Have a Crown and Coke.
So. But it's something. When we moved into this house, the neighbors brought us over flowers and cookies.
Yeah,
I love that old American spirit. I love that.
Yeah, it's and you kind of only find it, in smaller places.
I think people are going to try and find that again. I think we want a place where I think we want to go. I think we want to go back to the future to 1950, where our kids can get on a bicycle and go ride, and we don't have to worry
this
about
experiment. Yeah, this experiment since the 60s has not worked. So it just does not,
My kid in San Diego, we watch my kids like a hawk, but in Colorado, hey, go out, ride your bike, disappear, be a kid again,
Well, I think if you look at the crime statistics, they're actually not really, I don't think they're all that much different. I think there's just this overlying thing of fear, like, the media, the 24-hour media just makes you scared of everybody, which is sad, it's because I grew up right outside Chicago, just like right.
Really?
Yeah, our border was,
my favorite pizzeria then, Duos and Unos.
Oh, Duos, yeah.
Duos. We call it Duos. I call it Duos. It's not. It's Duos.
I think it's Duos. Even though it's spelled D-U-O.
That deep dish Chicago pizza. That thing. Yeah. I'm a New Yorker, and there's a New York.
I love New York pizza. It's different.
I do too.
I like it. I like all the different toppings you guys can get. And
Chicago pizza, though, you have a little slice of a Chicago pie. Holy shit, that's like swallowing a brick, man.
That's the thing. Like, and most people don't realize, like, locals, we don't have that pizza a lot. Like, it's kind of like a special treat for us. We'll have like, twice a year, because it sits like a brick in the bottom of your stomach. But we have like pub and tavern style pizza. Those are our go-to pizzas. But, it's just our thing, the tourists and all that.
When I was 16 in New York City, I could finish a whole pizza by myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like I was thin and my ribs used to stick out. I could,
Yeah.
I mean, I was thin. And I'd
Yeah.
order, when I had the extra money, I'd order I could literally eat a whole pizza, and I mean a big pie by
Yeah.
myself, and still have dinner in my mom, at home with mom and dad and everything like. And now, and then I discovered Chicago. I went there with my daughter. She was interviewing for different colleges and stuff. And so I said, let's get a pie. And it was just me. And I said, give me a large pie, pepperoni.
Oh yeah.
And the waiter said, sir, are you sure?
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
And he said, sir, these are, I said, okay, give me a smaller pie. Give me a Caesar salad and stuff. And we got that pie. I had one slice. I was stuffed.
Yeah, I can do too.
And I'm an eater. I can eat.
I can do too, but that's it. So
one slice. So we had to take it back to the hotel and then toss it. It was like such a waste,
yeah, that sucks. Did she end up going to school in Chicago, or where did she end up going?
She ended up going and she got a scholarship, and my son, to University of Wyoming. Go Pokes.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
In Laramie, Wyoming. Biggest financial real estate mistake I ever made.
Oh, you told me before.
Was not investing in Wyoming. I'm telling you, Wyoming will explode. It's a cowboy state. You can wear your guns to any restaurant you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Except federal buildings and stuff. And it's they love their football. They love their rodeo.
Yeah.
They are nice people. I mean, they wear their cowboy hats in Wyoming, and it's a big ass state, and there's no people up there.
No, that is true.
It's a big state, and it's literally from here in Colorado is a pretty state, and Wyoming is pretty too. Wyoming has the Snowy Range Mountains and stuff and it's windy.
I love Utah. Utah is such a beautiful.
Utah is eclectic.
Yeah.
Well, Utah is a really good. I like Utah. Good. I'm a skier, so I used to go to Park City a lot.
I love Park City. I spoke at whatever that venue is there. They hold the Sundance Film Festival there. On that cute little street. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Redford started it. Provo.
No, it's in Park City.
Oh, it's in Park. Okay, that was started by Robert Redford.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool. Park City is so cool. They have a chairlift in the middle of town that takes you up to the ski area. So if you stay in a hotel in the town, you can just hop on the chairlift and go right. And the skiing is great there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's there's so much to explore. I recently got my pilot's license, so I can kind of.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's probably
that's cool.
It is, yeah. But then COVID hit, so it was like right after I got it. So I really haven't used it.
Now you want to buy your own Cessna, right?
I do, yeah. I do. So,
yeah.
Well, that's what got me into it. Is I was talking to somebody who I ran into at a friend's birthday party, and he's like, yeah, you can buy like a used Cessna for like $20,000. And I'm like, well, what a piece of shit that must be. And he's like, no, you got to do an annual every year. And they replace everything. And I'm like, so I just always thought a plane was out of reach.
No,
but you can get a nice 19.
Some of these old Cessnas, some of these old Pipers, you can get good deals, but high maintenance.
Yeah. You'll probably spend about $6,000 a year on just doing the shit.
How would you? I've always thought. I think John Travolta lived for a while in a community where you could fly your plane and take your plane right to your garage. I mean, right
air park,
right to your car. I mean, you lived literally on an airport with houses.
Yeah,
and everything. And I think that's pretty cool.
It is. It is. Was my alarm going off here? I don't know. Oh, I have a thing at 9:00. So.
What is it there? 8:45.
Yeah, there's this guy talking about raising, how he raises private money. So I wanted to join. But
raising private money is easy.
I know it's all mental. Like that's my fucking thing.
Raising money is not an issue if you have something. What is it? All you got to do is be empathetic. What does another investor really want?
returns and to keep their money.
They want safety, security,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
want a return. Return is number one.
Yeah.
Okay, the safety and everything, the risk, that kind of gets on the back burner.
Yeah.
So whenever you speak to an investor, the first thing you have to talk about is, hey, I've got a property here. It's under market, $100,000. So you're going to have instant equity. We're going to set it up as a rent to own. So you're going to have positive income, passive income on it. The money you're giving me to put this deal together is secured by the property. So you have security. I can't sell this thing. Nobody can. It's insured. So if a lightning hits it or a tornado, it's covered in insurance. So you have security, you have equity, and you have passive income.
Yeah.
The only thing we need is really good management. And that's where I come in, sir. Can we do business together, or should I leave you alone?
Should I leave you alone? Leave me alone.
I'll do that, sir. But you know what? You're going to get off the phone. You're going to have a lot of regret.
I know what you're going to say now, Claude.
Yeah. I'm consistent in what I say.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And I say it, and when I speak to people, I speak with passion, and I try to say the right words the right way.
Yeah. True.
And that's the $1 million skill. It's a $1 billion skill, really.
Yeah.
One guy who knows how to sell a good product or service and knows how to speak to people can make unlimited income.
Yeah.
I'm living proof of that. Now, I've been broke in my life. I've been challenged financially.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand. I knocked on the doors. I did what everybody said. And then I learned about the power of words.
Yeah.
And when we first started, I got to leave too. When we first started talking, the power of thank you or recognition to somebody or making another person feel good. Instantly, their tip doubles. Okay.
Yeah.
Instantly, you like that. When I am so easy. Someone just has to. I am so easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
But very few people know how to sell me.
Yeah.
You say the right words to me the right way. Oh yeah, I'll buy those $28 t-shirts, give me 2 of them. I like you. Go ahead. Oh,
Yeah. I'm kind of similar. You got to get me in a good mood. Yeah.
I like people. You like people.
I actually do like that. I come on, like most of the time I'm kind of crotchety, but yeah, like I do like people,
I love that word, crotchety.
I am. I'm like 60, Claude, I'm just like, get away from me. But when I interact with people, it's usually really good. And
you got a lot of personality. You got a gift, use it.
That is true. It's that's the thing I kind of realized about sales is like, I was always like, I got to put on my sales hat and I got to be different than who I was. And, but it's still hard for me to get into that, just be myself kind of thing and just say the off the wall things that I say sometimes. And
people love that today. It's become more valuable.
Yeah.
We're in a society right now. We're not going to get into there because you have to go and I have to go. We're in a society where everybody's guarded. And
that's true.
I don't want to say anything that'll comedians, people who want to make people laugh are scared to death to perform today. They can't go to college campuses. They can't go to nightclubs and stuff anymore because somebody in the audience will take offense.
Yeah, in general, I don't worry about that stuff. But when it comes to sales, since it's already something I'm uncomfortable with, I let it affect me. But yeah, I don't care what people think. I will say what's in general,
I got to tell you something. That's a very attractive quality.
It is. I know it's authenticity.
I love straightforward people.
Yeah.
They call out bullshit and say, listen, don't buy it. It's okay. Say no to me.
Yeah.
Oh, Claude, I'll think about it. You're not allowed to think about it, sir. You can't do what you don't want to do. You came to me with a problem. I offered you a solution. Yeah. I'm willing to work it out financially with you. But if at this point we can't do business, it's over. And if you can't say it, I'll say it. Well, I'll call you in a couple of weeks. Please don't.
Yeah, please.
I swear on a stack of Bibles, I say these.
No, I know you do. But it's how you say it too. It's not like this confrontational thing.
I don't want to I love people. I don't want to, but I will not let people. I'm in a stage in my life, And I want people, I don't want people to wait till they get to my age. I want them to be successful when they're young, when
Sure.
they're 20, 30. I want people to be confident and
Yeah.
speak assertively
Yeah.
to people. And I'm at a point where I speak very directly to people, very honestly with them. But if they start that manipulative, maybe, probably, should, could, I'll think about it, call me in 2 weeks. No, it's over.
I was on this role play today. It wasn't a role play, but I was listening to somebody else make a call, and I could tell the second that person started that, maybe, like, it was a tone thing, but I
Yeah.
could see it right away. But I can't see it when I'm on the phone doing the sales call. Like,
We've
if I'm
lost
watching
our
somebody
passion.
else, say it again.
We've lost our passion.
Yeah.
That's the problem. When you speak to somebody, you said the great word, authentic.
Yeah.
When you speak to somebody passionately and they foresee you as, hey, maybe this guy's a straight arrow in an unstraight world. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe this person is real.
Mhm.
There's people who love that kind of, they love doing business with people like that.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, why should I do business with you? Maybe you shouldn't.
You shouldn't, sir.
Yeah. I'm the only guy. I teach this.
I pretty much know what you're going to say now.
I got to go, man. Thank you. It was a lonely little beer with Claude here, but it was
Oh,
fun.
it's cool. I enjoyed it.
I love talking to you, man. Keep the
Yeah,
dog.
you too. You have a good Saturday night.
Take
We'll
care.
catch you later.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend. And that was just a great conversation. My name is Claude Diamond. I teach the gut sales method. And go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. I got a lot of free stuff there, free consultations, free materials. And feel free. I do answer my own phone, 970-281-5151. And as I always say,